Today we will learn how to simplify your Revit workflows using the integration of the markups tools with Revit. For today's agenda, we will be going through different topics. I would like to mention that this is kind of like a webinar, a continue webinar of a previous one that we did about how markups works. So if you missed it or if you haven't seen it, well, we encourage you to take a look at our YouTube channel where you can find it. Our today's agenda is first, we will see a quick reminder what is MarkupX. Then we will be setting up our but we'll learn how to make them to work them correctly with markups. Then we will configure our markups on Revit, and finally we will see how the magic happens by placing the families in Revit. So first, I would like to present myself. My name is Maria Munoz. I'm an architect, and I'm doing this webinar on behalf of MicroCAD Training Consulting, the application, and help desk specialist. So I wanted to thank you all for, taking this time to attend this webinar and, to getting to know a little bit more how this Revit family placement with markups works. So let's start with the reminder, what is markups? So markups is a set of tools designed to optimize the workflows while doing some design reviews in multiple industries. With markups, you will be able to enhance your team's feedback in a much faster, cleaner, markups will help you to in the accuracy in your designs and project outcomes. Now, I would like to share with you the top 5 reasons why our customers choose markups. The first one is the speed. With the help of the tools, you will be able to integrate your markups directly into the authoring software, in this case, Revit. In this way, you will be able to reduce the need for dual monitors and saving time during the markup process. The second one is the innovative workflow. With markups, you will be able to create a smooth transition between the designers and the reviewers, minimizing the disconnects and helping the projects to stay on track. The next one is the accuracy. With this, the reviewers can easily verify that all the markups are captured and accurate and have been solved, which will help maintain the quality in the review process. The next one is the cost protection. With the markups, you can reduce the likelihood of costly requests for information or RFIs and change of orders, so markups will help to protect your project budgets. And last but not least, the return on investment or ROI. With the tools, you will be able to save a significant amount of time. So you will save over 3 minutes per markup and more than 5 minutes per element placement. That is what we're going to be learning today. And this would lead you to an increased overall productivity. So now that we have learned what markups is and its key features, let's learn how to place the families in Revit with just one click with the help of markups. So the first step that we have to do is set up our Bluebeam. So what we're going to do first is go to a Revit file, and over here we're going to export to PDF the set of sheets that we're going to use to do our markups in Bluebeam. So in this case, I'm going to select some sheets that I'm going to use then in Bluebeam to start marking up everything that we need to mark up. So as you can see over here, I'm just going to export this set, and we're going to wait it to be exported as a PDF. Once we have it and we have it exported, we can open our PDF on Bluebeam. In this case, I'm using Review 21, and as you can see, all the sheets that I have selected previously are on my set. So over here, what we're going to do is start to setting up our Bluebeam to work hand in hand with markups. What we have to do first is go over here to the bottom left corner of our screen and display our markup list. Over here, I'm going to select the first option, that is columns, and I'm going to go to the manage columns, that is the last one over here. Now that I have selected the manage columns, what we have to do is go to custom columns, the second tab that we have available here on this pop-up window. And here we will be able to add a new custom column. With this, we're going to be able to connect Bluebeam with our markup software inside Revit. So over here, I'm going to create this new column and I'm going to call it family and type, since that's the information we will be using later on our Revit. Over here, we can just keep the text type and we can hit OK. As you can see, the family and type column has been added to our list. And something important to keep in mind here is that if we want to have this column in all of our PDF and projects that we have in Bluebeam, we have to save to profile our column that we just created. Because otherwise, if we don't save this column to your profile, you will be able to see this new family just for the PDF that you have opened. So if you open another one, you won't be able to see that specific column that we just created. So please keep that in mind for the future. And now that we have our column created, we can just hit OK. And as you can see over here on our markups list, we can see this new column created over here. Now what we have to do is start creating our markups in Bluebeam. What I want to show you first is a quick tip that we have over here on Revit. So what we have to do is go to our markups tab on our Revit version we're working and open the navigator. So as you can see here, I have it already open on the right side of my screen. Now, what we have to do next is that we're going to select the families that we're going to do markups of later on our Bluebeam session. So as you can see here, I'm going to select this parking space family. As you can see over here on the left side, this is the family, a Revit family. And what we have to do now is go to our navigator panel and select the settings of markups. Once we select them, we will be able to see this option that's called Copy Family and Type. Now we can see this pop-up window with all the information of the family that we selected. As you can see, this is the same information that is showing on our Properties tab. If I click on it, the name of the family and the type of the family will be copied to my clipboard. So as you can see over here, it is showing that it has been copied. This is important because we're going to be using this information to do our markups in Bluebeam. So we can go back to our Bluebeam session that we have opened with our PDF. And over here, we're going to start working with our markups. The first thing that I'm going to show you is how to create a new tool chest. In this case, I'm going to select the tool chest drop down. And I'm going to go all the way down to Manage Toolsets. Over here, this pop-up window will show up and we will be able to add a new tool chest to our file. So in this case, I'm going to create this one that's called Markups Tool Chest. And I'm going to click OK. Over here, we can select the place where we want to save our tool chest on our machine. And we can just hit Save and hit OK. As you can see, this new tool chest is showing up on the left side of my screen and it's empty at the moment because I have not saved anything to it yet. So what we have to do next is start doing our markups. I'm going to start doing a markup of this parking spot using the snapshot tool. So as you can see here on the right side of my screen, I'm going to select that tool and I'm going to do a snapshot of this parking space. Now that I have created it, I'm going to paste it over here. and I'm going to move it to place it wherever I want it to be. In this case, next to this column. Now that I have placed it where I want it to be, I'm going to go to the properties on the right side of my screen, and this panel will display. As you can see here on the bottom, I have the options to add this markup to a tool chest. So I'm going to select the one that I just created, the markup tool chest. And as you can see on the other side of the screen, this snapshot is showing now. So I can select it and use it in the future if I want to. Now what we're going to do is to start placing the information that we need for our family and type. This is the information that we gathered on Revit using the markups settings tool. So what we have to do over here is I'm going to show you again. We have to go to settings, select the copy on family type, click it, copy it to our clipboard. And as you can see, if I copy here, it's going to paste the name of the family and the type of the family that we selected. And now we can do an additional step, and is to name this snapshot that we created. So I'm going to name it parking spot. So as you can see, I have it on my tool chest, and I'm able to place it again wherever I want. So in this case, I'm going to add to this design 2 additional parking spots. And over here, we can just replay the same information. We're going to add the family and type information for that specific family. We can also create markups like this on the different floor plans that we have. So for example, if we go over here to the second floor that we have on our set, I will be able to create a snapshot of this table with 4 seats that we have here. So I'm going to follow the same procedure that I showed you previously. I'm going to create a snapshot, select the table that I want to copy on another room. I'm going to paste it. And now I'm going to follow the same steps on the properties panel. Over here, I'm going to change the name of this snapshot. In this case, I'm going to name it table 4 seats. And what we have to do is go and find the information of the family and type. So over here, we're going to go to the same floor where we have that family. I'm going to select it. See, this is a real family in Revit. And I'm going to go to settings, copy family and type. And over here, I'm going to copy the name of this family. As you can see, it is copied already. So I'm going to paste it with all the information that's needed. And a specific snapshot to my tool chest. So as you can see over here, this is already on my tool chest, and I'm able to paste it wherever I want it to be. So I'm going to add these 2 additional tables. And let's do one more markup. So let's go to the next floor, and for example, let's do a markup of this specific door. So we have to follow the same steps. We have to choose the snapshot tool, do a snapshot of the door that we want to do a markup of, paste it wherever we want it to be. In this case, I'm going to paste it here. We have to go to our properties panel, change the name of this snapshot, and then go back to Revit to look up for the information of the family and type for this specific door. So we are back in Revit. We can go to that floor where we do that markup of. So as you can see, here is the door. That's the family that we have. And now what we have to do is just copy the family and type from our markups panel navigator. So as you can see, I'm copying it now, and we can go back to Bluebeam and paste that information. So over here, I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to add it as well to the tool chest, just to have it like on hand whenever I need it. So as you can see, it's added there, and I can place it as well on another wall if I wanted to. So in this case, I'm going to place it over here on this wall. And now that we have all of our markups completed, what we have to do is go ahead and save our file, the same PDF that we were working on. So let's hit save. And if we go back to our markups list on the left bottom corner, you will be able to see all the markups that we created. And if we scroll to the right, you will be able to see all the name of the families and types that we placed. So now that we have created our markups, we have to configure our markups in Revit. So as you can see, I already have my navigator panel open over here on the right for my markups. And what I have to do first is import the PDF where we created our markups. So I'm going to hit import, and I'm going to look up for that PDF on my computer. I'm going to select it, and I just have to hit open. Now, as you can see, all the markups that we created are showing up here. We can see that they have a specific status, and if we click on them, we will be able to see the specific markups that we created. So as you can see here, there's the parking spot, or if we click this one, we will be able to see the table. So the next step is quite important because it's the one that's going to help us do all the magic. So what we have to do is go to our settings as well, but now we're not going to select the copy and family tab, but we're going to select the settings option. That's the last one. So as you can see, we have some information here. What we have to see and pay attention to is the markups insert. Over here, by default, you will see the assignee option, but on the dropdown, we will need to select the family and type option. Once we have selected, we can keep everything else as it is and hit save. And you will see how the magic happens. As you can see, these arrows inside a circle are showing now, and this is the tool that's going to help us to place the families on our Revit project. So now that we have configured our MarkupX, we can start with the most interesting step of the entire process. So let's select the first markup that we have. As you can see, that's the parking spot that we marked up on our Bluebeam session. What we have to do next is click on the arrow, and you will see how the family will be placed immediately with just one click. So as you can see, this is a real family on our file, and it's placed exactly where we marked on our Bluebeam document. So as you can see, if we go to the next markup, you will be able to do the same. With this parking spot, we can just click here and the family will be placed. As you can see, the status of the comments of the markups has changed to blue because we have already placed the family, and that way we know that our markup is completed. As you can see, these are real families. If we go to the next floor to place the table that we wanted to add to this commercial and retail space, we will be able to click the tool. And as you can see, the table is there. We will be able to select it and check that all the information is correct. So this is what we wanted to place here. And as you can see, well, everything's changed on our navigator panel. We can also place the door that we marked up on our Bluebeam. And as you can see, since this is a host family, we will need to select the wall or whatever host we're going to place the family on. So in this case, I'm going to select this wall, and I'm going to place the door where the markup was telling us to do. So as you can see, it's quite easy, it's quite fast. It's going to save you a lot of time while placing your families in Revit. So I think this is a great feature you would love to implement to your company and to your projects. So, well, that would be it for today's webinar. I really hope that all of you learned how to use this wonderful tool inside Markups. I'm sure that it's going to help you to save a lot of time while working on your projects. And well, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you on another session here at MicroCat. I don't know if anyone has questions or comments.
Thank you, Maria, for that wonderful presentation. Yes, let me go over the questions. Okay, so first question is, can I place any MEP families?
Well, we can place, let's say, light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, air suppliers, and that kind of stuff that is hosted to, for example, a ceiling or a wall, but we're not able to place, let's say, piping or ducts or trays, because those are not, yeah, we have not that's not been implemented yet to the software. So it's just like families that are hosted to other elements.
Got it, thank you. And I wanted to remind everyone that if you want to learn any of these topics in detail, you can take a custom training with Maria or someone else on our team. And I also wanted to go over our December events. We will have Revit scheduling simplified on December 12th. So that one will be also about Revit. And then on December 18, we'll have Streamline Corridor Design and Transitions with Civil 3D 2025. And then on December 19, we'll have Advanced Simulation in Fusion. You have on the right hand the links to our registration page. And if you find something that you want to attend to, but you can't, we encourage you to register it anyway so you can get the on demand recording. So, yeah, I wanted to thank Maria and thank everyone for attending. And I hope you have a well rest of your week. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Huli, and thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.